Today we're going to turn this pink bear into something unstoppable. We already have uncommon tools, but we need rare. To do that, we're going to need flexwood and amber, and that's going to involve a lot of running until we find the sandbox, where I'm pretty sure I found amber up on the cliffs. And this is why you should always bring lots of wood with you. Picking up the amber unlocked us the gem cutter. Once you spend 45 minutes carrying that amber back to base, we need a gem cutter. While I'm waiting for materials to craft, I'm going to make the cool-headed charm for resistance to hot temperatures and extra health and armor. And now we got more hearts than I can count. Plus, now that the materials are done crafting, I realized I just used the materials I needed for the gem cutter. Luckily, the desert's only 4 miles this way. Once you get to the desert, these are easy enough to get. All you gotta do is kill these things. We do 10 damage currently on the critical hits. That makes it fast. Well, that was fun. Here's our gem cutter. While that's cutting the amber, I'm gonna take my frustration out on the local wildlife. And finally, we can make the forest axe. Now we just need to find some flexwood. While I was trying to figure out the next step, I got the resources to upgrade my village one more time. But I also noticed we can build something called a large thruster. I don't really know yet what this does, but I think it's going to come in handy at some point. So anyways, I've got to walk all the way back to the desert to get wood. Yes, cactuses. Of course that would be flexwood. I'm going to mine these until my axe breaks. Because to get here, I can't even take myself back on the map. I'm so far away. But interestingly, as I got the wood, I unlocked the dynamic foundation and wheels that probably pair nicely with a large thruster. So there may just be a rocket car in our future. While I'm all the way here in the desert, I'm also going to top up on amber. The sun's coming up and I'm still running home. Finally arriving home, the first thing we're going to make is a rare pickaxe. Then, keeping with the organized fashion of my base, I am going to place an essence table here. We can use that to enchant our tools. I could give my pickaxe more durability with just a little amber and granite slab. And since I loaded up on desert stuff, we're going to make a better health charm. More defense, more hearts. Now we have even more hearts and 13 armor. And let's apply the essence of durability to our magic pickaxe. And I can actually do that 2 times, once is enough for now. Not really sure which way this thing goes, but we're going to put it here. That allows us to make silk and wool. I'm pretty sure we're going to need wool for the cold area. And we can apparently make a glider with 8 flexwood rods and both fabrics. That could be good. And I can make large balloons. They're even not overly expensive, so I could probably build some fun things and attach rockets to them. Basically what I'm hearing so far is I'm going to need wool, which doesn't come from cows. But it does come from sheep, and there's a lot of those around. And since I don't feel like wasting my precious sword on these idiots, I'm gonna punch them to death with my fists. My mistake, in order to get wool, you're supposed to pet the sheep.
I never considered doing that before.
So I'm really sorry that I killed your family. I've quickly also gathered up the stuff for a night shield, which is gonna be better than my regular shield, and yes, I do use it a lot. Now, while I was waiting for things to happen last night, I built myself something of a makeshift car. It does roll, but it doesn't have any propulsion yet. And now it does. Think we need an activation switch probably to make it go. So it works. I didn't give much thought into steering or where we're going, but it works. So we'll just wheel it back to base and put this on the back burner for a minute while I smile to myself. To unlock fun new stuff at this point, we need to upgrade our bench one more time. We need copper, obsidian, and brute scales. So wouldn't you know it, we're walking back to the desert. I would take my car, but it's not exactly functional yet. I decided to try and take a shortcut. Turns out it wasn't a shortcut at all. But that's perfectly okay because the desert is only right over there. I just found a supply drop. I have no idea what this is. It turns out it's a whole bunch of different things, none of which is particularly amazing. I've got enough garbage in my inventory as it is. And now I get to spend the next 45 years wandering the desert looking for a cave. But you know what? That's okay. This game doesn't actually involve a lot of walking. We have tons of armor and toughness at this point. This is a strong wolf. Even when he hits me, it does no damage. Good news, I found one. And it's also very hot in here. Luckily, I brought some snowberries. Those are going to help keep us cool. Plus, I have some natural defense against that. And it's doing its best to keep us alive, but we'll see how this goes. The enemies in here are definitely strong. So I'm seeing a few different things. There's ore up there and there was something stuck to the wall over there. Conveniently, it's all extraordinarily dangerous to try and get to. Luckily, I was able to do a little fancy engineering and brought ourselves to this. I can't wait until we fall into the lava and die. My inventory was full, so we didn't actually pick any of that up. You know what? This is all okay though, because doing dumb stuff is exactly what I do. Turns out there's enemies that throw dynamite, so they absolutely just knocked me off my platform. Luckily not into the lava, but that was really close. Okay, these little guys are throwing dynamite everywhere and they do not discriminate. They're throwing that stuff everywhere. Luckily, my helper has gone to take over the fight and she's getting absolutely bombed. You know what? I could probably actually just, here, guys, throw them at me here. Nope, they just hit me when I'm that close. Throw the bombs. Come on. There we go. They'll blow themselves up. Maybe. Nope. I'm going to sit here and contemplate my next move while mining cactuses. Turns out these guys aren't so bad when you get up close to them because when they go to hit you, they do a big telegraph swing and you can jump out of the way. Well, that was dumb of him. He blew himself up almost into the lava. Oh, okay. And again. Please go into the lava. He did. He went into the lava. I also just found a crossbow in one of the chests so we can fight from range if we really need to. I'm not sure if this is different ore or not, but I'm going to mine it while getting very hot. As I was sitting here mining this stuff, I couldn't help but notice the black obsidian looking stuff way up there. I carefully, delicately made my way up to the obsidian. And that's going to give us some new recipes for sure. We're going to get whatever we can of this and get out of this horrible place. Resources were getting low when I was over it, so I'm going to slowly walk my way out of here again. But also, it's such an annoyingly long walk to get here that I've got to get my fill of everything I can every time I'm here.
I really don't get how the enemies keep seeing me with this camouflage skin.
That took so long that I actually forget what I'm doing. Oh right, we were going to upgrade our crafting bench. So obsidian into the breaker, and we're gonna need a lot of that and other stuff because we need a smelter. I never considered that. So good news, we need to go back to the desert for more obsidian, a lot more of it. I'm also gonna farm some bushes. Our sword is mighty enough to destroy those in a hurry. I also found an immortal thing. If I had a brute scale, we could actually make that, and that gives me 7 armor. But I'm also gonna make a recurve crossbow, or 2 or 3 for those ranged encounters when we bravely need to keep our distance. Luckily, arrows are pretty easy to make. The last thing I need to do before returning to the desert is farm some meat. Probably also some of these snowberries because they're right here anyway. Once again, the great journey all the way back to the desert. I actually didn't have to walk very far out of my base to find a brute. I've only seen a few of these this entire time and I've been playing for like 12 hours now. I turned visualize sound on and everything to try and find one. I'm just bravely going to shoot him with my crossbow for now because that seems easier. I do have 90 arrows or so and it seems pretty easy at this point. I just kind of go like this and shoot him and he doesn't really offer anything in return. It turns out if you really rapid fire this crossbow, it puts out a lot of damage in a hurry. The brute is dead. I did that with about 40 arrows and I missed about 10. Look what we found as soon as we made it to the desert. It's a desert idiot. Well, that means we're going to do it all again. I think these ones are even stronger, so this will be a bit more of a longer fight. But I'm just going to rapid fire them like I did the last one. I'm pretty sure these ones are stronger. Our brave hero has gotten in there and gotten obliterated. She's probably super happy to be living in my village now. Wow, that hurt though. If he hits you even once, you get destroyed. So we're going to try really hard not to get hit again, which generally isn't that hard to do. As I was saying, he landed a shot right on top of me because I looked over to my other monitor. Oh yeah, and then for some reason this game does this thing where it respawns me in my bed, but my bed's actually an ocean in the middle of the desert that's like nowhere near anywhere I've been. I was just here when I died and it respawned me here. If you look very closely, you can see the pink line right there where my backpack is. And the best part is I can totally run in a straight line to get there. Yep, any minute now. Well, we finally made it back to our favorite place in the world and you guys probably can't see a thing. All that really matters is I'm mining resources. And I found my first blast core in a chest. Also forgot I had all this dynamite this entire time. Yeah, it's totally safe to mine all this stuff. I just spent a long time in the mines and hilariously I only got 2 of the 3 blast cores I needed. I used all my resources searching that entire cave 3 times over. There was only 1 of the enemy that I needed that spawned. But here's an opportunity for revenge for me. Here's another one of the brutes that's fighting wolf currently, so maybe I could take advantage of this for some easy damage. If things start getting too rough, I will just run away like the brave person that I am. He might actually be stuck on a tree. Our brave helper is getting right in there to do 1 single damage. Okay, it managed to hit me because that has an AoE effect that's really big. Well, I'm going to fire the last 9 of my bullets into it and see if it dies. I can't see its health bar, so I have no idea where it's at. We're officially out of ammo. It's not dead, so we're just going to probably abandon it. I don't have another way to kill it. I have no one to blame but myself. And now to celebrate, I've got a 30-minute walk back to my stupid base. You know, it's only now that I just remembered I have a whole bundle of TNT I could have lobbed at that big idiot to finish him off. Made it back home right about as the server is about to restart, so this is just a gift that keeps on giving. One new thing I did find in the cave was rubies, so we can definitely cut all these up. And we can use the rough rubies to increase the damage of weapons. I'm also pretty curious what happens if we attach a balloon to dynamic foundation. Well, I didn't want it to take off already. So, probably not getting that back. Yeah, that gives me a few different ideas. First though, there's something I've been wanting to try for a while. I noticed things are pretty destructible, so I'm wondering if I take this dynamite and throw it around if we can actually blow up like buildings. Well, we've got 13 TNT in a dream, so let's see how this goes. We're just gonna keep lobbing them in there one at a time until they start going off, and my friend is gonna get right in there also. Some of the walls are starting to come down. Not sure how big the TNT like its spread is. Okay, only one more to go, and well, we did a lot of damage. We didn't quite get it all though. We did get most of it. That's kind of cool. The rest of it kind of falls down afterwards. Luckily, our pickaxe does colossal damage to these things. Not so much to the plants, but to the walls. We can destroy everything. We found something purple, heavy wool. Okay, we found heavy wool. Oh, one of these sheeps have special wool. Are you special sheeps? No, these are regular sheeps. So the destruction physics in this is going to be a lot of fun. Because I bet you can make all sorts of stupid things happen once you start knocking walls around.
This whole process gets a lot more fun when you're just too tired to care anymore.
So one thing we haven't really done so far is explored that way. And on the map we can't even zoom out to see really how far over there we can go. I just know it's not in the cold zone, so we'll be alright. So this time I'm going to be smarter about it and put the balloon on after I get on it. Yeah, this is going to work out very well. There's a loot crate over there, and for the first time we get sort of a bigger look at the map. But we don't want to just go up, we need to go this way. So we're going to see what's over here. They might have run out of fuel already. They gave us a little boost, we moved a long ways in a hurry. And then we slowed down, because oh, we can keep it going again, perfect. Yeah, perfectly stable. And now we get a good look at all the surroundings. We just got to keep activating it. We're getting cold now, so we're probably deviating a little bit into the cold zone where we don't want to be. How do we turn this thing? Probably should have paid more attention to where I put the jets. Yeah, we're turning due south suddenly. But I did find a very fast way to get to the top of the mountain. We've hit a problem. Trees and this thing don't seem to mix. Oh, you're here too. There's legitimately a chest at the top of that mountain. Next time, we're gonna go find out what's in that chest.